welcome to Padma Yoga. Thanks so much for joining us. We've been exploring the natural element of air, the dynamic, constant movement of air in our life, in our yoga practice, and in our mind especially. We're going to look at the Sanskrit word Dhyaan today. This literally means meditation, the quality and the practice of meditation. We have a very special guest today, Dr. Hélène Gauchou. She's going to be here talking with us about some scientific research being done on meditation right now, so that should be really interesting. Our feature poses are Surya or Chandra Namaskar, the salutation to the moon today. So we look forward to that. Let's get going with our warm-up. I'm joined by Paulina and Kalyani. So come right to the center of your mat, standing right in the center of balance. Reach up with one arm into the sky and over to your side. Just take a deep breath in. And exhale, come back to center. And the other arm up and over. And come back to center. Perfect. Now just to open up the shoulders, get the energy moving. Just 2 or 3 times, big circles back. Let's try the other arm now. Left arm up. Nice big circles, gets the energy in the body moving, awakens the mind. It's the life force moving. And to center. Just roll your shoulders a few times. Just tends to let go of some of the stress we carry in our upper back and shoulders. Nice. Now swinging the right arm to the left and left to the right. And just let this be really relaxed and easy. This tends to loosen up your upper back and the rib cage. Now down to the hips. The hand touches left and right. Keep the hips and knees really easy and loose here. A few more times here. And then down to the knees, right down, left and right. Keep the knees bending, the ankles moving, swinging. And then back up to the waist or to the hips. You can just enjoy doing this. Every time you wake up in the morning is a good time to practice these just morning swings into your shoulders. And back to center. Perfect. Just again, let's bring the hands behind, interlace the hands, and stretch the shoulders back. Now just let the head drop over to one side and just stretch out the neck. We also carry a lot of stress in the neck and the base of the head. And to center and to the other side. All the muscles in the back that connect up to the base of the skull create a lot of tension, even in the scalp. To center, look up and stretch your face. And back to center and bring the hands to prayer. Amazing how much tension even in the face muscles. Inhaling, big smile. Exhale, contract. And inhale, breathing life into your body. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, just one more time. Big breath. Really breathe in. Exhale. Come right back to your center. Stand at your center. We'll see you right back after this for our feature pose, Chandra Namaskar. Hi, welcome back to Padma Yoga. We're going to do the Chandra Namaskar today, the salutation to the moon. It's a complement to the salutation to the sun and moves the spine a lot left to right in harmony and balance and coordination. So let's try starting from center, reach the hands straight up into the air and start with a half moon stretch here over to the side, reach tall and then come back to center. And the other way, over. You can do any variation of this that suits you as well. And back to center. Arms down, and then step the feet left to right. Have your feet about 45-degree angle. We're going to bring the arms up over the head again, and then sink down into a deep squat and bring the elbows down as well. So this is the full moon pose, knees over the feet, and arms like a big full moon. Let's dip the right elbow down to the right knee. and come back to center. This takes a lot of core strength, opening in the hips and knees. Over to the other side and back to center again. And now straighten up and stretch the hands and exhale the arms down. Good, let's turn towards the right. Keep the legs straight, square your hips and just reach forward. You can reach down with the hands too. You can touch your leg or the floor, flatten the back. And now we sink into a lunge this way, bending the knee, touch the floor. And then rotate towards the front. So just open up and go into a side kind of lunge facing the front. From here, we just walk the hands, if you can, back to center. And just squat in the middle. Try to drop your seat down here. And you can even press the knees back a bit, lifting up the chest. Then over to the left side. Again, a side lunge. This is really great for opening up the hips and low back. And then rotating towards this way into a lunge. You can straighten the knee up. Then you can bend the knee slightly as you lift up, rotate on the heels and come back to center, bend your knees and just walk back to center. Nice. Let's try the other way, hands to center prayer. Inhale straight up. And to the right, half moon stretch. And right back to middle and to the left. And back to middle and exhale the arms down. Great, step the feet out again. And hands go straight up center line. And then we sink down into our full moon pose. And knees over the feet, arms out. Let's drop the left elbow over. And come back to center. And the right elbow drops over. And come back to center. Good, now we stretch up. And exhale the arms down. Now just turn towards your left foot. And again, press that right hip forward as you reach the chest forward, flat backed. You can have your hands on your hips or reach to the floor. Now sink into a nice squat here. And then rotate the hips and everything towards the front like a deep side lunge. Now we're going to walk the hands back to center, and you can keep rotating on the heels as you come right back to your center squat. Again, pushing the heels back, seat down, lifting up the chest, and then over to the other side. These are quite difficult, but if you practice them a bit, it's great at stretching out the low back, opens up the hips, turning towards a lunge this way. These are good for preparing your body for seated meditation, actually. Straightening that leg, opens up the hips, the low back, the knees, ankles. Bend the knee and come up and to center. And then just bend the knees and walk to center again. Perfect. Take a moment to breathe. Find your balance again. Hands in prayer. Inhale up. And another big stretch to the side, half moon stretch. Flexing your spine to the right and back to center. And over to the left. This builds a lot of strength in your back muscles. Opens up the side of the hips. And exhale the arms down. Good. And just come back to your center here. We're going to finish with one deep squat. So right from center, see if you can just lower yourself down. You can press the knees together and just see if you can squat down. You might have to reach down with your hands and just touch down. You can squat here and reach the arms out. That's also good. Develops ankle strength. Perfect. Now touching the floor, just settle down into a seated, cross-legged position. Just sitting nice and relaxed on the floor. Find any comfortable pose. And from here, some side stretches. So left hand on the floor and the right arm up. And another side reach. Back to center. Again, these are wonderful preparatory poses for long seated meditations or even short meditation. And back to center. And just one front fold, hands together, and slide the fingers out and drop your head down. And just let the whole back relax, the hips and knees and ankles relax. Breathing deep. Inhale, exhale. And And then slipping back up to sitting position. Just come right back, hands in prayer. Wonderful, relaxed, seated meditation pose. We'll see you right back after the break for our special guest, Dr. Hélène Gauchou, for a wonderful discussion on meditation. Hi, welcome back to Padma Yoga. Thanks for joining. I'm very happy today to have Dr. Hélène Gauchou today with us. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure, Padma.
Great.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about some of the scientific research that Dr. Gauchou is doing at University of British Columbia, and how Western science is really starting to take an interest in meditation. Our Sanskrit word today is Dhyaan, which means meditation. And it's been a practice in Asia for thousands of years, the study of the consciousness, study of the mind, which evolved into this practice of Dhyaan, became Chan, became Zen practice. So now it's finally come to North America and to our Western science. What brought you, Dr. Gauchou, what brought you to interest in meditation?
So the first reason is that I have personal interest for meditation, so I was interested in researching on this topic.
For personal reasons as well, or?
Yes, indeed, because my grandmother was a yoga teacher, so it has always been a part of my life.
And professional reasons, what would?
I am a cognitive psychologist, and cognitive psychology aimed at understanding the different functions of the brain, of the mind, like memory, language, learning. And meditation is about mental states.
About the brain or about mental states? Is both?
About both. I think that maybe meditators and early meditators didn't ask any question about cells, but about the way human being works and
the consciousness.
Yes.
And so you actually study consciousness.
Meditation is a great way to study consciousness. Consciousness is one of my main research themes, and it's another way to approach
the
human
brain
being.
as well.
Yes, and it's very different from the classical Western research.
I see. How is it different from Western research, the Eastern meditation? Can you tell us that?
The Western research is usually about what we call the third person. It's a researcher that is observing or looking at a phenomenon or something. The difference is with meditation is that the meditator is what we call a first-person research.
Subjective.
Yes, because you are the object of your question and of your research, and you're observing yourself.
These early meditators really they were doing science experiments on themselves.
Exactly, and they develop a great technique.
And so are you using any of those techniques in your research?
Yes, because we work with meditators, and they can give us a lot of information about what is happening in their mind, and it's the way we collaborate.
Happening in the mind, and then you can study it also, what's happening physiologically in the brain and in the cells.
Exactly, because we can, for example, work with meditators, and in the same time, when they are meditating, we record their cerebral activity using fMRI or EEG, electroencephalography.
All the wavelengths going on in the brain. Wow, it's so fascinating, really. Thank you so much for coming today and talking with us about how Western science is now embracing the whole study of meditation and integrating it.
Thank you, Padma.
Thanks a lot. Now let's bring that meditative awareness into our yoga. You can bring your hands to prayer pose and just reach straight up over your head, standing tall, and then step your feet to the sides with toes pointed out. As you exhale, sink down, elbows out to the side and knees over the feet, the full moon pose. Drop the seat and pull the belly in. And let's take the right elbow to the knee. Breathe and come back to center. Standing deep, it's over to the left. And back to center. Good. Hold for one more breath here. And straighten the legs, hands to prayer. Just walk the feet back to center. Beautiful. Now we're going to sink down into a squat. So let's reach the hands straight out in front. Focus at the end of your fingertips. And just any way you can, slide down. You can bend, keep the knees bent and together, pressing them. Sink down, keep the ankles high or low. Just try to focus and stay steady and strong. Breathing. Perfect. Now sinking down onto the floor, going into some meditation poses here. So find first just a comfortable Sukhasana, happy pose. I'm going to pick up the right foot and just to give that right hip a little bit of a rotation, loosening up the joints in the low back, hips. Now we're going to take this right foot and just bring it across to the thigh into half lotus pose. So just bring the foot over with the sole of the foot facing up, and both knees down. Sit tall and now twist to the left. Take the hand across and just sit super tall and look around. And then back to center again. Now change, stretch the legs out. And just cross the other direction, whichever one you were doing. Bring the other foot in, the left foot for us. And just give that left hip a rock. Relax the low back. And then cross the right or the left foot on the right thigh into half lotus. And again, sit super tall and then a twist towards your right. The hand comes across and look behind you. And back to center and to the other side. And back to center. So if you like, you can just stay right here in half lotus pose. You can always sit on a cushion or a block or any low bench. If you like, you can also go into some other pose, like Paulina is just in a Sukhasana, relaxed pose with cushion under her, helping her hips. And Kalyani's gone into both legs to the side in more of a Japanese Zen style. Whichever pose works for you is fine. You can stay in the half lotus or any comfortable position for meditation. And your hands can be either resting palms down on your knees, maybe you prefer palms up, or maybe hands at prayer. You just find out how you feel most comfortable to sit. Take a few minutes every day, hopefully up to 10 minutes if you can, every day, just to sit and allow yourself to meditate. We'll see you right back after this for more. Thank you. Hi, welcome back to Padma Yoga. Thanks for joining us today. And thank you to you, Dr. Gushu, for joining us and talking about meditation. You were saying earlier about the medical benefits of meditation as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Benefits from meditation are manifold, and everyday researcher, I would say, find new ones. But very important one is the effect that meditation has on stress.
On stress?
Yes, because it decreases very significantly the level of stress. And what is very important is that stress decreases your immune function. So when you're stressed, you get sick more easily, you're more tired. And then when you meditate, because you're less stressed, then you have a better immune system that is more efficient.
Your immune system works better when you meditate.
Yes.
How much meditation do you have to do to have that effect?
A study shows that just after 2 months of regular meditation, your the number of your antibodies increase.
Your antibodies increase just after 2 months?
Yeah, just after 2 months, and it's not 8 hours per day, it's just regular.
Just 10 minutes a day?
Or 20 minutes a day practice.
So after 2 months you have a stronger immune system and more resilience against all kinds of diseases, sounds like, all the immune system breakdowns and things that people have? Yeah, you can have the little disease that you can have, but for example, it helps too, not to cure, but to help when... Preventative.
Yes, you can have this first part where it prevents you to get sick, and it helps when you have to be cured.
Well, let's meditate together then. Today we're going to practice Tratak, or candle gazing. So you simply light a candle, put it in front of you, and spend 10 minutes simply eyes open, gazing softly at the candle. That's all you have to do. Just focus on the flame. Sitting still, just allow whatever happens to happen during this time. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time.